What's good, y'all? Jamie, 4, 3, 4. We are back. We are back. This is finally. I'm now bringing back the reviews from some wrestling shows. I took a break for a little bit. Unfortunately, my work schedule changed and it sucked. Trust me, it was bad. There's days I was finishing at 4, there's days I was finishing at 5, half 5, 6 o'clock, blah, 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 blah. But thankfully, we now got a regular schedule again. So as of now, I'm gonna get these all done. I'm gonna blast all three of these out for y'all. I got AEW All In, this is one now. Saturday night's main event's coming up a little bit later, and I'm in the middle of watching NXT. I have not watched NXT yet. I watched All In. All In was good. All In was a very good show. 6 hours, Tony. 6 hours for a wrestling show is too long. That was longer than WrestleMania 35, and WrestleMania 35 took forever to finish. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. I didn't watch the pre-show. Why would I? Why would I want to watch the pre-show? The only thing that was good about the pre-show was Renee Paquette. That's the only thing that was good about the pre-show. And Madison Rain. Can't forget about Madison Rain. Hey, show starts. Trios Championship match with the Dick Riders and Gabe Kidd taking on the Ops, Samoa Joe, Katsuya Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. And it's Kidd brought to start. Settle down with Shibata and Kidd with vicious brawling. Shibata knocks him down with a hard kick and tags into Joe. And Wheeler Yuta being useless as usual. Wheeler Yuta comes out, no pop. Claudio, I don't know what the hell they're doing with Claudio. Claudio comes out with no pop as usual. Will looks for a drop toe hold. Joe counters and grabs the side headlock. Shut off block. And Joe hits him with the right hook, laying the jabs in with a big chop. Whip across with a back elbow to the enziguri and brings in Hobbs. Hobson does the delayed vertical suplex on Yuta, throwing him back up, tags in Shibata. Claudio comes in and trades uppercuts with Shibata. And Hobbs tags in as a one-man wrecking crew. Claudio runs off with the split staff. And then Kid and Joe going hard on the outside. Gabe biting in the face. Why? Why would you want to do that? Then Shibata blasts Will Useless in the face. Joe gets him up for the Muscle Buster. And gets the 1, 2, 3. Good match. Was alright. Good match. Um, Nothing that I would go back in my times go back and watch, but it was a decent show, decent match to start. After the match, Dick Riders jumped Joe, and following that, there was a power driver on Shibata, some chair shots to Hobbs. Claudia then horse collars Joe with a chair, running stomp, and pulverizes Samoa Joe's neck. Looks like they're going to sign Joe off. Now, my question is, where's Hook? Did they kick Hook out of the group? Where's Hook? Answer me that. Second match. Mark Briscoe and MJF will start the Casino Battle Royale. Now, this was the one I was quite intrigued about. The Casino Battle Royale and was one of my funnest matches of the night. MJF comes out with Mark Briscoe. MJF with a schoolboy out the gates with a backslide small package. Briscoe double legs him. Stone Cold chokes him. Max puts the boots into the corner with MVP on commentary. MJF flexes in the turnbuckles off the ropes and dick bumps Mark, but pops right up and hits him right in the face. I don't like this dick thing that MJF does. I mean, if it works for him, good luck to him. There's some chops laid in with a whip reverse. Big bad body drop with Briscoe lands on his feet. Chops and elbows and ropes. Takes Max off his feet. Ricochet is the third man in. Max offers an alliance. Ricochet comes out, no pop. Ricochet shakes his hand, and they team up on Mark Briscoe, stomping and choking. Countdown comes down and enters Bandido. Bandito, who had a match on Ring of Honor. Like I said, no one watches Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor sucks. He apparently had a great match with Takeshita, and I might even try and consider uploading that, do a review on that myself. Even though I don't like Ring of Honor, but I'll probably just watch the only two matches which mattered. Bandito put up some motion into the match. Briscoe back bodies drives everyone on the floor. Drop kicks Ricochet for the ropes. Mr. Plunge connects. Cannonballs Max to the floor. Ricochet and Bandito locked up. Briscoe knocks them both to the floor, and then the countdown ticks, and shit got real. Konosuke Takeshita finally enters the match. I love Takeshita. Takeshita's so good. Fucking brilliant. Why is he not in the world title picture? I don't know. Takeshita and Ricochet go right at it. Ricochet gets a few strike combos. He gets caught with a Blue Thunder driver. Takeshita and Bandito go back at it, but the Alpha blocks the kick. But he's a right drop kick. Poison Frankenstein spikes Takeshita and MJF returns to drop Bandito with a big right. And Mystico enters the match. Why? Are we still having this CMLL thing in? Mystico takes his time while the crowd are grooving along to his music. Now, was I actually watching was I actually watching an opera, or was I watching a wrestling show that I paid £20 for? Garbage. Anyway, time stands still. Stick in front of Max and loads with punches. Handspring elbow with a knuckle lock with Sean Drake sends Takeshita to the floor. Bandito with him. And Big TR sends the ROH champion to the floor. Mystico gets up, slides down, and then a huge plancha. Josh Alexander enters the match. No pop. What are they doing with Josh Alexander? Why is he with the Don Callis family? You should have got your ass down to NXT. You'd have probably won the NXT title. And I've got NXT still to watch. I'm gonna get that going soon, by the way. Ring getting full. Belly bellies Mystico. German suplex from Ricochet. High fives with Takeshita. And literally, Alexander and Takeshita were just beating the piss out of everybody. It's simple as that. Even though I like Takeshita, I like Alexander, I watch Alexander since TNA, I would love to see them two have a match. Takeshita and Alexander would be fucking banger match. Anthony Bowens comes out, gets a pop. Crowd are actually still a little bit asleep. Bowens gets into it with Alexander with a face buster. Ducks a kick from Ricochet. Hand slap for Briscoe. Back in the ring. Two babyfaces start trading elbows. Big crossing kick by Bowens, posing in the ropes. Alexander and Takeshita coming up from behind, and he tells him both to suck his dick. Yeah, interesting. Instead of that, they land elbows and suplex him. It feels like that. It just felt like it was like you remember the Royal Rumble 2001 when the Undertaker and Kane were in there and they were just beating the crap out of everyone. That's what it felt like. Ninth one, Roddy's in. Roderick Strong. Roddy comes in hard. Olympic slam on Takeshita, but Alexander breaks it. Trading chops, whip across. Alexander floats over. An assisted backbreaker, and then a 2 count. Brody King enters at number 10. Finally, this is where it really got fucking real. King and Bandito working together to neutralize the Don Callis family. Brody hits a boss man slam on Ricochet. King grabs a sleeper on an MJF. Max tries to rake the eyes, charging in with a stinger splash onto MJF. Cannonball to Ricochet, Takeshita, Alexander, and lined up Max with the cannonball, and Ricochet breaks up the cover. And then the next one hit, Juice Robinson. He's finally back. And I was thinking, where's Jay White? Can we have Jay White back? Oh man, this division needs Jay White. Juice looks great. Juice looks great. Remember, he's getting action from Tony Storm all the time. So, be that as it may. Great to see Juice back. Juice unloads on Ricochet with the Gates of Trash. Finally getting involved up their boss. The takeout Juice Robinson. Ricochet goes for the shooting star press. Juice kicks out. And then the Guns I generally forgot that Austin, Colton, and Gunn were still employed with the company. Man, get your asses down to NXT. We're gonna have banger matches. And the Bang Bang Gang are back. Thank God. I like Bang Bang Gang. This was just me waiting just for Jay White to come in. My God, why not? Kota Ibushi enters at number 12. Ibushi, he's actually looking great. I like Ibushi. It's good to see Ibushi back. Ibushi lays out everyone roundhouse kicks, ducks a lariat from Takeshita. Kingsley wants to end up at the Golden Star. Then we add the Beast Mortos. Oh, yay. Mr. Mercedes Monet. I think this review's gonna go on for about 40 fucking minutes. Notice I fucking talk. Mortos comes in, suplexes Alexander into Briscoe. Ricochet lights him up with chops. And beats Mortos and Brody King and then slug it out. Mortos off the rope with a spear. Tombstone Codebreaker takes out Anthony Bowens. And Mystico then goes for the Frankensteiner. They were just thinking, we're just waiting for Darby. We're just waiting for Darby Allin to come in. And or we're waiting for Jay White or a surprise. And then Roddy comes in. Roddy comes in with the Gibson driver. Alexander breaks it up. Mark Briscoe hits the Froggy Bow. And Bushido runs back in with the standing lariat. And then after that, MJF. And then after that, Max Caster enters at number 14. This was a complete waste of time. All you had was Max Caster singing "Let's Go Max, You're the Best Alive" to Anthony Bowens. This was a complete waste of time. Utter trash. MJF wins. Thank God. Please. MJF needs the fucking belt. Simple as that. To be fair though, what do I do with MJF? I mean, I love the Hurt Syndicate. I'm a big fan of the Hurt Syndicate. But, yeah. I thought it was fun, but Max Caster just went. Roddy takes the pin as usual. I love Roddy, but Roddy's just turned into a bit of a loser now. Big Stoke backstage. Then the FTR are done with the Route Runners. Why was that match on the pre-show? I have no idea why. And they're going to be watching the World Tag Team title match tonight. And they're going to be on commentary and hope everyone has a good time. And then Adam Cole, baby, comes out. I did hear on the pre-show that Adam Cole got injured on Collision. Now I didn't see anything because I don't watch Collision. But when I went to I went to my bathroom break because obviously because it's a pre-show, I don't care. I was legit at that time. I was just playing on 2K25, and then there was I looked at my phone and then there was a fatal four-way. I was like, what? And Adam Cole comes out. Not much fans supportive. He said he let the fans down. He couldn't compete. Uh, he said he's not in the right headspace to say that he's retiring. Uh, from my standpoint, when I look at it with him, Kyle, and Roddy all in the ring, I think it's a goodbye for me. I love Adam Cole. Adam Cole was one of the big reasons why I fell in love with NXT. And when he debuted at All Out 2021, I said, "There's your next champion. Put the belt on." But it's sad. Um, Adam Cole. Before any snowflakes out there, probably take offense what I'm gonna say. I don't give a fuck who I offend. Do not get involved in Adam Cole's business. Whatever is going on with Adam Cole's health, stay the fuck out of it. Don't care if you're Meltzer or Sap or any of these idiots out there. Don't make any questions about what is going on with Adam Cole. Let the guy get better, and we hope we'll see him back in the ring. If it's not in AEW, put him back on Raw. Put him back on Raw, SmackDown, please God. And then we got the Fatal 4-Way for the vacant TBS title. Danny Garcia comes out, no pop. Why is this guy he's a charisma vacuum? Daniel Garcia is a charisma vacuum. We get then the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, even though they wrestled earlier on the pre-show. So take that in a point that Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara wrestled 3 times in 24 hours. I respect Dustin. I don't like Sammy Guevara. Dustin Rhodes he's a fucking gem. And then Kyle Fletcher comes out. I said Fletcher should win. I said Fletcher should win this. Fucking easy. But no, they actually did something that I thought was quite funny, and I felt fucking sorry for Sky Blue at one point because one point Dustin Rhodes goes for a crossroads and then sets him up for the Shattered Dreams, but Daniel Garcia, Charisma Vacuum, um, wanted to hit Kyle Fletcher in the balls, which he did. Dustin Rhodes was going to go and do it himself. He did it. Did not. Sammy Guevara wanted to do it as well. And then after that, Dustin Rhodes finally kicked Kyle Fletcher in the balls. So no action for Miss Sky Blue. So bad night for Kyle Fletcher. Then then after that, Guevara's the Three Amigos. No reaction. No pop. No pop at all for Sammy Guevara. It's a complete waste of time. Garcia nails Sammy Guevara with a power driver. And Dustin Rhodes wins with a small package, becoming the new AEW TNT champion. I do not hate this decision. I look at it and think with Dustin Rhodes winning, I think it made a little bit of sense. It's good, and if Tony Khan had used his brain cells, you could have this into a fucking good story to turn Kyle Fletcher into a fucking nut job. And have Kyle Fletcher beat Dustin Rhodes, beat him it all out, and there you go. Easiest shit to book. And also, I wish Adam Cole the speediest of recoveries possible. Everyone knows my love for Adam Cole. Love that guy so much. Sorry, I had to put my fan on. Unfortunately, it's fucking boiling. Uh, uh, Ferris Sons of Texas come in, celebrate Dustin's win. Why does one of Dustin's why does one of them look like Cody Rhodes in 2010? But nah, it was good, nice moment. Dustin Rhodes in tears winning the TNT titles, first world singles title reign since 1999 when he was the Intercontinental Champion as Goldust. Next match, third match tonight. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay against the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Now, I like the Assassin's Creed entrance that Will Ospreay had. It was nice to see JoJo, who sadly would have been Mrs. Bray Wyatt. But obviously, Bray Wyatt no longer with us. She performed, and then Swerve Strickland came out with Prince Nana. Matt and Nick Jackson then come out. And I think this must have took about 10 minutes to start. Because the Young Bucks were on like a fucking pilot ship. It took fucking forever to come on. I was thinking, what the fuck are they doing? Start the fucking match already. I'm fucking pissed off with that. Ospreay Matt Jackson starts. Ospreay with a headlock. Bucks launch a comeback with an assistant Frankensteiner on Ospreay. Power kick off the apron on Swerve. Then and then they both land on their feet and both hit the Super K Party. I thought at this stage the Bucks must win. The Bucks must win. And then this is where it got utterly ridiculous. It was the best match of the night by a distance for me. And then you had EVP triggers, you had the Tony Khan driver, you had then EVP trigger again, you had the Swerve Stomp, Tombstone Power Driver, kick out after kick out after kick out after kick out after kick out. I was getting pissed off in the end. Now, I did not dislike the house call Hidden Blade to win the match. Osprey and Swerve won. Bucks no longer EVPs. Now, does this mean that they're going to beat the fucking Hurt Syndicate? Please, God, no. But yeah, Swerve and Osprey win. Best match of the night by some distance so far, anyway. Next up, we have the women's Casino Battle Royale. We got Statlander and Megan Bayne to start. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, man. And then test the strength of the women to start, with Bayne hitting Stat with the elbow. Stat returns to favor. That Stat wipes Bayne out with a moonsault off the apron. Wastes no time flexing. Yeah, man. And then Will Nightingale. We love a bit of Willow. So enters third. Nightingale gets in straight away with Stat. She hits the ring with a low cross body. Throwing into the ropes. Big thrust spinebuster. Bayne returns to the ring, takes out Will with a leaping lariat. With a double chokeslam on Nightingale with a temporary alliance. And then Ty Mello comes out. Number 4, no pop. Chris Statlander with a waistlock. Mello reverses into a spinning bulldog with a pump kick. Then right before Penelope Ford was going to interfere, we get the return of Harley Cameron in a face mask. Always great to see Harley. Harley got a great pop because everyone loves Harley. Anna Jay then chases Penelope Ford out of the arena. And Tekla comes in at number 5, no pop. I've seen Tekla in Stardom. She's very good. And Tekla takes Nightingale off her feet with a pump kick. Willow rushes over and it's a pounce on Tekla. Nightingale gets up with a Dr. Bomb. Stat breaking it up. Stat gets on Nightingale and Megan with a Doomsday device. Julia Hart enters match. No pop. And then we had, in the end, it was at one point, it was both Julia Hart and Sky Blue in the ring at the same time. Why didn't I put Sky Blue in the match? Then it made more sense. Hart hits Red Perchins with a diving moonsault, takes Stat and Megan Bayne out with knuckle lock. Mail cuts Julia Hart off with a glass power driver. Tekla breaks it up. And Tekla does her Timu Bray Wyatt impersonation. But I will let Tekla off because I like Tekla. Queen Aminata enters. Aminata and Tekla immediately go after each other with right hands. Crowd's starting to wake up a bit. This is the part I was enjoying because there's a bit of a story there. Nightingale then sets up Queen Aminata, meeting with lines on Hart and Sky Blue. Minor punches on Julia. Sky again saves Julia Hart with the cheeky Nando's on Willow Nightingale. Hart's on top of the stair spider superplexes from Julia and Tekla as the countdown ticks to Mina getting the biggest pop of the night. Everyone loves. We all love Mina. Come on, we all love Mina. Mina comes in, big pop. Out of the ropes, White and Sky Blue out. Runs over for Julia Hart. Stat and Bayne wipe her out. Mina works fast with the victory roll of the deathlock on Stat. And then spiking the Megasis with the DDT on wrenching on Stat's knees. Then, Athena! Thank God! Athena! Thank God! Athena, fucking great. I love Athena. Athena then cleans house. Nothing really much happens from there. Thunder Rosa then comes out next. Thunder Rosa, what the hell did they do with Thunder Rosa? Get out of there. Go to TNA. You'll fucking kill in TNA. You'll win the world title in no time. Rosa gets into it with Athena with a back elbow. Drop kick to the corner. Side Russian leg sweep. Stat hits the Stat goes after Willow again, controls the chain. And then we get the debut of Sayuri from Stardom, who was teased last night that she was going to be debuting. He drops Athena. Mina then hits and then drops Mina. Clock ticks. Alex Windsor, Mrs. Will Ospreay, by the way, enters the match. Alex Windsor looked very good. She's went after Sayuri. I'm gonna get used to that. Spider with a DDT with the Blue Thunder Driver. Then they'll Thunder Rosa again. And then let's just get to the end of this match because I was getting a little bit bored. And Athena wins. She hits the Eclipse on Mina. Why? Why is Mina taking the pin? Why is Mina taking the pin? She's only just arrived. God, that makes no fucking sense. Uh, Next up, tag team title match. The Hurt Syndicate against the Patriarchy and Jet Speed. FTR come out and be on commentary. Right, why did this match last over 10 minutes? I am literally just gonna get to the end. Hurt Syndicate win. Hurt Syndicate win. This match should not have been anything less than 10 minutes. This should have been a fucking squash. Simple as that. Anyway, after the match, Nick Wayne finally turns on his dad, Christian Cage, and then right before that they were going to set up, Nick Wayne hits the Umbrella on Christian Cage, and then after that they were going to set up the Concerto and the return of Edge. I will never call him Cope. I'd call him Adam Copeland or I call him Edge. All right, we'll just call him Edge. Edge returned, and he's got the Board of Nails with him. Edge comes out. They'll run away like a bunch of bitches. He stares at Christian. He's just coming up. He drops a weapon and tells him, "Go find yourself." So does this mean that if we're gonna get FTR again, we're gonna get FTR versus Edge and Christian at All Out? I'm in for it. Next up, Mercedes Moon against Toni Storm. This was one of two matches I was gonna decide whether I was gonna still fucking watch this product. Anyway, so Mercedes comes out, no pop. She has a coat that has all her victims' names, so she's buried on there. All of the victims that Mercedes has buried since arriving, no creative control, quote unquote. Toni starts off with a rolling. Toni comes out with Luther, big pop for Toni. Just rolls in the ring, taunts Mercedes, and kicks her legs. After several regards of that, Mercedes takes up for the Moneymaker. Toni kicks out. Now this was something that was literally fucking angry me. Toni Storm hit 3 Storm Zeros on Mercedes. Mercedes kicks out still. Why? If you're trying to make her look like fucking Hulk Hogan, that is just fucking stupid. The match never ticked for me. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's the best match, best women's match of the year." Shut the fuck up. It was not that good. Was it better than Tiffany and Charlotte Flair? Yes, it was. In the end, Mercedes goes for the back statement maker. Toni reverses. Finally in the corner. Toni goes in with a hip attack. Mercedes starts to go with a small package like she usually does. Doesn't. Toni kicks out at 2. Back to the statement maker. And then finally in a fireman's carry. Then we get an avalanche Storm Zero. 1, 2, 3. I never jumped out of my chair so fast and said, "Thank fuck." Toni Storm retains. Right decision. Now, if Tony Khan had a fucking nutsack, or he had a brain inside that thick head of his, he would make this into a story that Mercedes cannot win the big one. There you go. There's your story for Mercedes the rest of the year. Now, I expected maybe a Camille to come back from the cross, but she's stuck in prison. There's a few women I thought Britt Baker would come back, but she's stuck in prison too. Anyway, next match I wanted to see so much: Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. Don Callis on commentary again. Okada comes out to reasonable pop. Kenny comes out, fucking great entrance from Kenny Omega. And before these two brothers locked up, the crowd will go in fucking berserk. I'm thinking to myself, at last, the crowd's awake. They woke up during the Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland match. Colin will tie up. Okada uh, targets the stomach of Kenny, who's got that diverticulitis. Kenny comes back strong. Rainmaker pokes him in the eye. Don Callis gets up from commentary. Okada then comes out with a double axe handle after taking some cheap shots and smashes Kenny into the Spanish announce desk. Coda's trying to give Kenny some pep talk. Bryce Remsburg counts. Back and forth again. Okada sidesteps the German suplex with a waist lock. This match was literally Stoner Cup within the last 10 minutes of the match. Okada hits the Rainmaker. Kenny kicks out. Couple of full one ring angel. Okada kicks out. The Don Callis family starts to get involved. Kota Ibushi takes out Rocky Romero. Omega then gets in again with Don Callis. One wing angel connects. 1, 2. Don Callis pulls Bryce Remsburg out of the ring. Why is that not disqualification? Why is that not a disqualification? You tell me. In the end, with the V trigger again from Kenny, the ripcord counter into a small package, and a Revolution body slam by Okada. Another ripcord with the Rainmaker, and Okada becomes the first ever AEW Unified Champion. Why is it called the Unified title? But you're still keeping the both belts? I don't know. A great match. Probably my second favorite match tonight behind the tag team match. Anyway, main event. AEW World Championship match. This match decided if I was still going to watch this fucking product, by the way. Hangman Page against Jon Moxley in a Texas Death Match. I was legit on edge for this whole fucking match. Moxley throws the first punch, Page returns fire. Hanger then has a fork. And then he starts stabbing it in Moxley's head. And Moxley is bleeding straight away. It took less than 5 minutes for Jon Moxley to actually bleed. Cornette's gonna have fun with this one, I think. And Marina interferes, as usual, helping out Jon Moxley. Moxley and Shafir work together to set up a table on the floor. Throws Page back on the inside. Moxley brings out a bucket. It's full of broken glasses. Oh God, I was just thinking to myself, what the fuck? Just wait for Wheeler Yuta and all him. And then, but lo and behold, Wheeler Yuta comes out and wallops Hangman Adam Page with a chair. Hanger then drops him with a barbed wire elbow with Angel's wings. Connects, and Marina then gets put through a table by Adam Page with a Death Valley driver. Thank God. So thinking that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it to get rid of Marina Shafir for the whole match. Back inside, Claudio arrives with Gay Kid to take out Hangman. Will Ospreay comes out. He got destroyed by Claudio. I was waiting for Pac to arrive, but there's no sign of Pac. But Pac, I think, still injured. Best wishes to Pac. Ospreay then gets taken out of a stretcher. And then there was a Gus Pile Driver on the Bulldog choke. Looks like Page was done. And then after that, I was just thinking to myself, is this even worth watching for the next couple of seconds? That means it's going to be Hangman. Hangman's going to lose. And then he's going to think, what the fuck's going on? Hangman gets on his feet. I'm thinking, please God. And then Claudio then passes Wheeler Useless a plastic bag. Give it to Jon Moxley. And then we get a promo from Darby Allin when he was on top of Mount Everest, saying he's coming back to take everything from him. Mox laughs it off, and the man in the Blue Panther mask's in the ring. Turned out it was Bryan Danielson, as expected. I expected Bryan Danielson to come back, thank God. And then we have then Darby Allin repelling from the ceiling. Then we have like you're trying to do like a bit of a Sting sort of entrance. Um, yeah, it's great to see Darby back. Darby got a great pop. Crowd went berserk for Brian, as always usual. Darby's coffin drops the rest of the Dick Riders. Danielson throws Yuta over the barricade and then a buckshot. Darby and Brian Danielson are taking care of the rest of the Dick Riders. And then Marina interferes, is up, and assists John Moxley. I was thinking, where's Willow? And then when she's about to go and get the final nail in the coffin, then the freaking Young Bucks EVP triggers Hangman Page, and then John Moxley gets the better nails from the ring and slide it inside. And I honestly thought I nearly turned my fucking television off when the Young Bucks came out. Then Marina interferes then, wants to go and get the key for the briefcase, where the championship's been held hostage since October. Yes, October. She got handcuffed to the barricade by Prince Nana, which was smooth. I loved it. Big pop for Nana. Swerve Strickland comes out with a chain to save Hangman Page. Yes, you heard me right. Swerve then takes out the Bucks. Strickland's the apron to give Hangman his chain. Hangman whops John Moxley with the punches. He wraps the chain around Moxley's neck, throws him over the rope. Moxley reverses, and then Page does a buckshot and a bed on on John Moxley on the nails. I was thinking, this is just not for me. Then he wraps around the chain around John Moxley's neck again. Mox is hanging. It's lights out, and Mox taps out. Hangman Page, new world champion. Finally, after 10 fucking months, this Dick Rider story is over with. Now, if you do not have a plan next for Hangman Page going into Forbidden Door, I think you should put Hangman Page, put him against maybe against Will Ospreay. I would not have John Moxley on television for a while. I don't want to see John Moxley on my television screen for at least 6 months. Yeah, so great moment. Hanger winning the world title. Uh, I enjoyed the story, if there was one. But with Hangman winning, even tears after the match, and Swerve obviously getting the nod, and blah blah blah. Yeah, Hangman's world champion. Finally, the Dick Rider story is finally done. We should be proud as wrestling fans for putting up with 12 months of seemingly the worst storyline I think in wrestling history. And yes, I sat through Bobby Lashley and Lana. Trust me, that was bad. Anyway, that's your all in review. I am gonna try and get through all this for y'all. I'm gonna try and get now Saturday night's main event. I'll try and get that done. I'm in the process of starting NXT, and we're back to normal. I might see how I feel. Try and do Ring of Honor. I'll try and do Ring of Honor if I can. If I can't be bothered, it's Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor sucks. But yeah, we will be going back to the weekly reviews. I'll do Raw. Try and get that done for y'all. I'll try and get NXT. I will start doing Dynamite again after, but Dynamite won't be done until Friday because Dynamite is not on in the UK till Friday, unless someone can send me a website so I can watch it for fucking free. Otherwise, I'll just have to look at fucking clips on YouTube, but I can't be bothered for. Anyway, that's your all-in review. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 show. For me, I thought the tag match, I thought main event, even though the match type wasn't my cup of coffee, but I did like the story going into it. Hanger winning, and Tony Storm winning was the biggest thumbs up. The only thumbs down was Adam Cole, which hurt. Anyway, thanks all for watching. I'll get Saturday night's main event up as soon as I can, and I'll see you next time.